Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. On first down, Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Aldrick Robinson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They run with a rookie. This is Sony Michel. Oh, nice move. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly. How you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook. 1-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Darnold now on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the end around with Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Marty! Marty!
To throw on second down is Darnold. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, spinning away. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He spins free. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A give. This is Michel. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. To throw is Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Being chased out left. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Eagles have recovered. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff to start out the drive. It's Pumphrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Here's Darnold finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Darnold from the gun. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Darnold on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Darnold from the red zone now. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up. And we'll break that one soon.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun. Here we go. Wide in. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Watching now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Gun! Detroit! Gun!
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got three.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the three, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're third and long for Prescott. Flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run with Pumphrey. A nice little juke. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They start the second half with Michel on the ground. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now Prescott. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Second and 9 now from the 21.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's complete to Robinson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On first down, it's Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 49 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. He's going to get it running right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pinned there.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Eagles have recovered. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sam Darnold looking like he belongs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. Oh, able to avoid him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hey, here we go. All right, hey.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Gore again here on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Buying time to his left. And got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Prescott on second and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He completes it to Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On the handoff, it's Michel. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on to.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney!
Now it's Darnold. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. And even 60 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Detroit!
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Eagles have recovered.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.